Alright, we'll praise out and wish you thumb. Y'all should know thumb us, Shah. Let's get into this cracking if we got any questions. Any questions online, any questions on the phone? Alright, we'll show them sign correct. We're gonna jump back into it. Yeah.
So I didn't have one question. I have a little bit. I'm trying to speak up. It's in First Chronicles 29 and 29. First Chronicles 29 and 29. Well, I can have it.
Go ahead.
Now the acts of David, the king, first and last. Behold, they are written in the books of Samuel the seer, and in the book of Nathan the prophet, and in the book of Gad the seer.
What's your question?
If I may, sir, my question is that part where it says David the king, first and last. I just wanted to get just better understanding of that.
Right. His first act's all the way down to his last act.
Okay.
It's not saying he's the first king of Israel, he's the last king. It's not saying he's the first of his bloodline, he's the last of his bloodline. It's saying the acts of David the king, first and last. The first acts he ever took as a king, the last acts he ever took as a king, which you should know. So the first acts he ever took as a king was when he had to go to war to unite the nation. The last act he took as a king was giving the throne to Solomon.
Right.
No sure. Any other questions? No sure. We're going to touch on what we were touching on last week as far as watching your mouth and watching your actions and how that helps you in your day-to-day life. All right, so we're going to pick up where we left off at. We're going to go to James, the 3rd chapter. We do have more questions from brothers, but they haven't joined yet, so I don't want to answer when they're not here because it'll be pointless. So we're going to jump into the topic, James chapter 3. Get and start at verse 1, Zachariah. Zachariah, go ahead and read verse 1. James chapter 3, verse 1.
The book of James chapter 3, verse 1. All I can have it.
Go ahead.
My brother, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation.
What does that mean? Be not many masters. What is be not many masters?
Like you.
Come.
If I may, sir, not to try to master everything, not to try to be the best at everything.
You can try to be the best at everything you do. That's not what this is talking about. Everything you do as a man, I expect everyone to try to be the best at what they do. I expect every man to try to be the best at everything they do. Oh, that's what I expect of myself. If I want to play golf, I expect to play golf the best. That's my goal. That's me. But this is not what this is talking about. Be not many masters. This is saying don't rule over much. You understand? Don't be the master over the prison department, the master over this state, the master over this department, the master over this department, the master over the food drive, the master over the internet promotion. That's what this is saying. Don't do everything on your own. Be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. The greater your rank, the more is expected of you. You understand? That's why Paul is saying, or I should say James is saying, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. Meaning James was what? What was James? James was a man of stature. He was a man who held some rank. He was a man who was in charge of a couple of offices. And he's warning people that it's not for everyone. The idea of running a city or running a state, the idea of running departments is not for everyone. You understand? That task is not for everyone. Everyone is not capable of doing that because we are all different brothers. We all have different gifts. Be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. The higher up you are, the more responsibility you have, regardless of how high up you are on some fictitious totem pole. When things go wrong, all it means is that you're the first one to get blamed. It does not mean that you treat men below you like garbage. It does not mean that you are better than the men below you because you serve them. You understand? You serve the men below you, so you are not better than them. They are better than you because you are working for them. That's why James is saying we receive the greater condemnation. You can't walk around puffed up because you think I made it to this rank, I'm this rank now. That's not the purpose of that. The purpose of that is when something goes wrong, now everyone can point at you and know that you should answer for this. Something goes wrong with the cookout, you should answer for that. Something goes wrong with the lecture, you should answer for that. Something goes wrong with the debate, you should answer for that. Something goes wrong at camp, you answer for it. That's what that means. Receive the greater condemnation. It's not so you can walk around puffed up. It's so that the Lord can have someone to blame. So someone can get the finger pointed at them so we can sort this out. Read on.
Verse 2. For in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man.
When this is man here, of course, I hope you know this is man and woman. For in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man. Meaning what? You're going to offend somebody in some type of way, oftentimes. By walking out of the house, you are inciting a problem. If you're of One West, if you are of One West I.S.U.P.K, no cowards, when you walk out of the house, someone has an issue with you walking out of the house. The fact that you woke up, someone has an issue that you woke up. Like he dares wake up at 7 o'clock on a Tuesday. How dare he do that? Who gave him the permission? You offend someone in everything you do. You're at your slave. You're just being your damn self. You're just being the person that the Lord created you to be, and people will have issues with it. Read it again.
Oh God. For in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man.
But if you are able to bridle your mouth, your tongue, if you are able to not offend someone with the words that come out of your mouth, the actions you take cannot be helped. The fact that you go to camp, brother, cannot be helped. The fact that you hold classes, that you sit in these classes, the fact that you refuse to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, and you refuse to sleep with white women, Asian women, Arab women, Chinese women, the fact that you refuse to do that cannot be helped. That is the laws of your forefather. That cannot be stopped. However, if you are able to not offend in word, if you are able to bridle your tongue, brother, the same as a perfect man. Meaning people are going to have issues with you. People are going to look at you and say, they're going to see the One West in you. The demon in them is going to see the One West in you, and they are going to hate you for it. And you're going to wander around like, I don't know why they hate me, but it's making me mad. And brother, sister, you have to be perfect in that instance. Perfect with the words you say. That's how we win our battles. In I.S.U.P.K, we win our battles with words. You understand? The words you say win your battles. You speak a certain way and the Lord will do the rest. Read on.
And able also to bridle the whole body.
And able also to bridle the whole body. If you can watch your mouth, you'll watch your actions. If you could not talk nonsense about a brother who's on crack, like he wasn't just on crack a year, 2 years ago, before you came into the truth, then guess what? You'll never commit a crime against that kid. If you never speak hardly against your brother because he has less than you, or speak jealously of your brother because he has more than you, you'll never, what? Rob your brother. You'll never belittle your brother. Watching your mouth is directly tied to watching your actions. Read on.
Verse 3. Behold, we put bits in the horse's mouth, that they may obey us, and we turn about their whole body.
We put bits in the horses' mouths, that they may obey us, and we turn about their whole body. You understand that? We put bits in horses' mouths, that they may obey us. You know what a bit is? A bit is a little leather strap that goes inside a racehorse's mouth or a jockey's mouth, a jockey horse's mouth, so that they can control the horse. When they want to heave the horse, they pull up. When they want to speed the horse, they slap it, they snap it. When they want to turn the horse, they pull to the left and they pull to the right. That little strip of leather is able to control an 800, 1,200 pound horse. You understand? It's able to control a 1,200 pound horse. That little bit, that they may obey us, and we turn about their whole body. Read on.
Verse 4. Behold, also the ships, which though they be so great, and are driven of fierce winds, yet are they turned about with a very small helm, whithersoever the governor listeth.
Whithersoever the governor listeth. You understand? The same with ships. Ships have a very small helm. Give me 1 second. It's slipping my mind what helm is. 1 second. Okay, that's the wheel, right? The steering wheel. The steering wheel in a ship, in a boat, is very small compared to that boat. It's about double the size or triple the size of a car wheel, of a car steering wheel. And the boat is extremely, extremely large. It's tens of cars long, tens of cars wide. But that little wheel is capable of controlling that entire boat. Read on.
Verse 5. Even so the tongue is a little member, and boasteth great things.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth.
Behold how great a matter a little fire. That tongue, the tongue you got in your mouth right there, the tongue that speaks those words, that tongue is able to make people hate you and able to make people love you. And it's such a little member compared to the rest of your body. Your tongue is probably not even as long as your little finger. But that tongue is able to control the thoughts of other people towards you. You cannot help your actions, but you can help your words. You can help your words. And controlling your tongue, you will control your body. It's so little yet it boasteth great things. The tongue can bless men, the tongue can curse men. The tongue can speak for Satan, the tongue can speak for the Lord. The tongue can say, our oppressor is the devil. Or the tongue can say, I'm going to go to church and be a Christian today. The tongue has that power. The tongue can say, I love Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and I put my people first. Or the tongue can say, I will celebrate Christmas, and I believe in including all races. The tongue is a very powerful weapon that subverts whole houses. Read on.
Verse 6. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity.
Mm-hmm. The tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. The tongue is a world, brother. Your tongue will get you in a world of trouble. Not watching your mouth will get you in a world of trouble. Do you understand that? I hope everyone understands that. I hope everyone watches their mouths when they speak to anyone inside the I.S.U.P.K. I don't believe I have that problem. I don't believe that's a problem. But even more so, the tongue is such a fire, it can turn your entire world upside down. Do you understand that? It will ruin your life. Running your mouth at the wrong instances, saying the wrong words will ruin your life. Read on.
So is the tongue amongst our members, that it defileth the whole body, and setteth on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell.
Do I have to tell you about how many people die from speaking the wrong words at the wrong time? How many people are killed every day for saying the wrong words at the wrong time in the wrong argument? Getting in an argument and you say, what? You slept with who? And they pull out a gun and they kill you on the spot. You did what? And you didn't tell me you did what? And they pull out a gun and they kill them on the spot. Politicians get caught up all the time saying what? The wrong thing on things that they did not know was being recorded. Hillary Clinton got caught up with them emails, I believe, about that Libya situation about 4, 5, or more than that, 5, 6 years ago. Thought nobody would ever see those emails. That tongue is such a great, great iniquity.
So I was a little bit late now. Can you find me what scripture we're reading right now?
James 3 and 6.
Watch it.
So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body, and setteth on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell. Read on.
Verse 7. For every kind of beast, and of birds, and of serpents, and things in the sea, is tamed, and hath been tamed of mankind. Verse 8. But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison.
It is an unruly evil, full of death. The tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison.
So, officer, if the tongue no man can tame, how do we tame our tongue?
By being in the truth. You tame your tongue by knowing that. I would very much like to, I'll give you a perfect example. YouTube loves to ban our channels. We say things a certain way now so that the channels do not get banned.
Okay.
Being in the truth and listening to men above you and listening to men who have tamed their tongue far more than you have allows you to tame your tongue. It allows you to tame your tongue. Thinking twice before you speak the words that you would very much like to speak to someone allows you to tame your tongue, which is something you can only do in the truth. Every brother and every sister in the truth knows the feeling of your manager disrespecting you and you feeling some kind of way about it. Or your manager slighting you and you feeling some kind of way about it. And the first thought that pops in your head isn't, let me show you some love. That's not what pops in your head. What pops in your head is, who the F does he think he's talking to? What the F is this man's problem? Everyone has experienced that. But you sit, and unlike a brother in the world who would lose his mind and spaz out at that instant and lose his job, you double take, you sit, you say, well, I do need to pay these tithes. Well, I do need to support this. Well, we are going to the cookout this next weekend, so I need to save up for that. I can't afford those jobs now. Maybe I'll bite my tongue and I won't call him a effing B. You understand? Maybe I won't cuss him out. Maybe I won't swing on him. Because you control your tongue, you control your body. You understand? That's how you do it. You come in the truth and you listen to men who have tamed it far more than you. And it goes all the way up to the top of the ladder, to the point where your tongue will be completely tamed. No one will be able to fault you for something you've said. People will always have an issue with something you've done. They'll always have an issue. But there's going to be times when you got to go to camp and your kids, your wife, someone is going to be like, but you told me you didn't have camp this Saturday and you was going to be able to do this and blah, blah, blah. And you're going to be like, well, I had camp this Saturday. And they're not going to like that. Your boss is going to say, well, you told me you didn't need Fridays off no more, Tuesdays off no more, Saturdays off no more. Well, my availability changed again. He's not going to like that action. But there is a way you can say, My apologies. The schedule changed suddenly. I won't be able to make it in Tuesday and Friday. There's a way you can handle that. There's a way when you're talking to someone to push the truth. There's a way to say, well, you know, XYZ, ABC, you know, this is what we do. You know, we save blacks and Hispanics. We don't believe in drugs. You're talking to someone that wants to do inclusion. They claim they're pro-black, but they want to push inclusion. You might have to say what? You might have to say, well, I hear you, but I don't believe that the Caucasoid race, I don't believe our oppressor needs any more help getting himself together. It seems like he's all the way together. Our oppressor seems like he's in heaven. Yes. There's a way. You say, oh, doesn't he own all these Fortune 500 companies? Doesn't he own these Fortune 400 companies? There's a way for you to do that. And there's a way for you to get your way. In the I.S.U.P.K, we are advocates for getting your way. We're advocates for getting your way. Run your mouth to the point where you can get everything you want. That is an aspect of the truth. You want this organization to do this for the truth for you, but they're a difficult organization. That's when you call men better than you. Those men that are better than you give you the words to say. You put them in your tongue. You use your tongue to get what you want. Yes? Come. That's exactly how it happens. And before you know it, the organization is calling you back, extending offers. Sure, we'll help with the food drive. Sure, we'll fund the whole thing. Sure, we'll help with the clothing drive. We'll fund the whole thing. You understand? Read on.
Verse 7. For every kind of beast, and of birds, and of serpents, and things in the sea is tamed, and has been tamed of mankind. Oh, Salaki, verse 9.
No, you was on
Verse 9.
Salaki. Read, no, let him read 7 again.
Verse 7. For every kind of beast, and of birds, and of serpents, and things in the sea is tamed, and has been tamed of mankind. Verse 8. But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison.
We just went over that.
Verse 9. Therewith bless we power, even the Father, and therewith curse we men, which are made after the similitude of the Most High.
You understand? So therewith, you can look at your brother and say, nah, no sweat, brother. You know what? I love you, black man. I want to see you succeed. I don't want to see you die in America at the hands of law enforcement. I don't want to see that, brother. That's why I'm telling you to put the weed down. I'm not telling you to put the weed down just because with no reason. But that's unlawful. That is a reason you're getting killed by the cops out here. You're making yourself a target for the Most High. Stop eating the shrimp. Don't go sleep with that white woman. Saying Yahweh Shem Barakatah to a brother, Yahweh Shem Barakatah to a sister. That is blessing them. You understand? That's blessing them. Or you could say, you no good nigger. You no good nigger. Go get killed by the cops. Go die by the cops. Because what do I care? I'm going to go smoke my blunt. I'm going to go bang on my corner. I'm going to go sell my drugs. I'm going to go sleep with my whores. Or you could talk like that. And you could curse the men, which are made after the similitude of God, who should be your brothers. As we know, these men are all what? Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Read on.
Verse 10. Out of the same mouth proceeded blessing and cursing. My brethren, these things ought not so to be.
Read on.
Verse 11. Doeth a fountain sent forth at the same place sweet water and bitter.
There's a fountain send forth sweet water, and bitter water. When you open your bottle of Gatorade, is the Gatorade, does it taste salty and sour? Is it sweet and sour? I know they have sweet and sour sauce that y'all love to eat from that disgusting McDonald's. But bear with me and let's use our heads here. Can the water be rotten and pure? Can the piece of food you eat be rotten and clean? Can it be unclean and clean? No, it cannot. The same with your mouth. The exact same way with your mouth. If your mouth is known to get you in trouble, there is no way the rest of your body will be clean. Your tongue will ruin your body. Like it says in TITHES, bad manners disrupt good communication. Read on.
Verse 12. In the victory, my brethren, bear olive berries, either a vine, figs, so can no fountain both yield salt water and fresh.
Read 13.
Verse 13. Who is a wise man and endued with knowledge amongst you? Let him show out of a good conversation his works with meekness of wisdom.
Let him show out of a good conversation his works with meekness of wisdom. You open your mouth, that's like the test of life. Is he stupid or is he smart? Is this a stupid man or is this a smart man? Is this a man of wisdom or is this just a man? It's a test of life. Drop that. Give me Matthew chapter 10, verse 16.
The book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 16. I can have it. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
Very familiar scripture, is it not? Very familiar scripture. Everyone knows it. I would hope everyone does it. You're sent forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. You understand that? You are going to be amongst people every day who want to kill you. They want to see you die, and if they can be the reason you die, it would please them. You fight demons. Demons' job is to get inside of you, kill you, and move on to the next person. It wants to see you dead. It is a ravenous wolf. The people around you are filled with those demons. They are ravenous wolves, and you are a sheep. You are a sheep who is pure, innocent, selfless, caring. That's you. And you're around wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. You understand? Be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Know when to speak and what to say when you speak. And although you speak the way you speak the words that One West has given you, use them like a dove would use them. When you speak, your words should be as beautiful as an all-white dove at one of those disgusting weddings that they love to put on TV. Your words should be as beautiful as one of those little doves. Read on.
Verse 17. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues.
But beware of men. Beware of men. Men will still want you dead. Read on.
Verse 18. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles.
UPK has been going to court forever. FBI, CIA, courthouses. Homeland Security, you name it, we've done it. If you're in the UPK, if you've ever been to a camp, just know they have a file on you. They have a file on you already. That's why you can't come in One West and you think, I'm just going to leave now. They have a file on you already. You might as well stay. We're not taking the videos off of YouTube. You might as well stay because it doesn't make no damn sense. It doesn't make any sense. The FBI has a file on you. YouTube has your face up there. Where the hell are you going? Back to the weed? Doesn't make no goddamn sense. Ye shall be brought before governors and kings for Christ's sake. Read on.
Verse 19. But when they deliver you up, take no thought.
Sound like that young man should be in here. Get dressed first.
Verse 19. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what you shall speak, for it shall be given you in the same hour what you shall speak.
For it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. You understand? Don't think, what am I going to say? I'm going before the judge. I got to go to the precinct. I got to do this. Oh my gosh, they're going to persecute me. My manager hates me because I'm so One West. I'm so hardcore. What am I going to say when they pull me in that office? If you're really One West, you won't worry about what you have to say. You'll get counsel on what to say, and when the time comes, you'll know what to say. The Lord will guide you. You won't have a worry about the words that come out of your mouth, because the words that come out of your mouth will be holy and righteous and wise as a serpent, but they won't harm anyone like a dove. And it'll force everyone to love you and say, well, we thought that we were going to fire them. We thought that we were going to arrest them. We thought that we were going to dismantle their organization. But we love them. They haven't said anything wrong. But even if they don't love you, they said, wow, they spoke so elegantly, they evaded arrest lawfully. So many brothers in the world wish they could do that. You understand? Evade arrest lawfully. You understand that? Brothers in the world be crying to evade arrest. Crying. They running out of the courthouses. El Chapo done broke out 1,000 times. Brothers are crying to evade arrest. And in the UPK, we evade arrest because we know how to talk. You understand? So I'm talking, that's all. We don't have the most money in the world. We don't have the best lawyers. We have a regular Johnny Schmo lawyer in the words of God. Read on.
Verse 19. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what you shall speak. For it shall be given you in the same hour what you shall speak.
When you are delivered up, read it again.
Verse 19. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what you shall speak. For it shall be given you in the same hour what you shall speak.
They should all be on the right side of the room. They should all be on the right side of the room. They should all be on the right side. Read that one more time, Zachary.
Matthew 10:19. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in the same hour what ye shall speak.
Read on.
Verse 20. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father, which speaketh in you.
Drop that. Give me Exodus chapter 4, verse. Give me 1 Corinthians 14 and 40.
1440, sir.
14 and 40. Yeah, physical Bibles, but I don't know. Just help them download that. Exactly what? 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Yeah, Kazak. Yeah.
Okay, topic subject.
This is a continuation of last week on how to watch yourself, how to watch your mouth. It will help you watch your actions. Things you say influence the actions you take.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14, verse 40. All I can have is
Put your phone on mute,
let all things be done decently and in order.
Let all things be done decently and in order. That seems simple enough, right? Speak a certain way, talk a certain way, do things a certain way that is decent and in order. We have a protocol, we have a certain system we use in the UPK that you need to follow. You understand? That is decent. It is in order. You get in order, you fulfill your order. That is decent. You understand? Now, I believe I've touched on this topic long enough. That was a continuation of last week. Now I want to touch on what I feel like speaking about this week. Now we're going to get on the type of women that you have in your house. Give me Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 1. So I did. Yapazak, you had a question, didn't you? That you sent me? Maybe that was Kawan. That was Kawan. Give me 1 John 1 and 7. I believe Kawan is on YouTube.
What was that, sir?
1 John chapter 1, verse 7.
The book of 1 John, chapter 1, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
All I can have.
Mm-hmm.
But if we walk in the light, as he is in the light, we have fellowship one with another. And the blood of Yahawashi, his son, cleanses us from all sin.
Right. So he wants to know, is that verse talking about the judgment of the law when talking about being cleansed from all sin? This is not talking about the judgment of the law. This is talking about you never sinning again. As a matter of fact, Salah, let me rephrase it. Yes, it is talking about the judgment of the law. You no longer need to be stoned for being homosexual. You can change your life. You no longer need to be stoned for being a whore because you can change your life. You no longer need to be stoned for robbing the people because you were a pastor who never did anything for his community because you can change your life. The drug dealer doesn't have to die on the corner. He doesn't have to. You understand? He can stop being a drug dealer. He can learn his culture. And he cannot die. That's what this is saying. So if we walk in the light as he is in the light, we have fellowship one with another in the blood of Jesus Christ, his son, cleanses us all from sin. This is not Christian. This isn't the blood of Jesus saves. Hallelujah. This is none of that. This is saying that if you are man enough to change your life and stop doing what you are doing, that makes the Lord want to kill you, the Lord will no longer want to kill you. Is that not simple enough? It's not the blood of Jesus that saves. All right. Now, give me to my topic. Give me Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 1. Rather, give me 1 Corinthians 6 and 15. So help them navigate through that. They might not know exactly where they're going.
Okay.
I said help them navigate because they might not know what they're
Come on. You say 1 Corinthians
6 and 15.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 15. All I can have. Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Yahawashi of Christ? shall I then take the members of Christ and make them the members of an harlot? Most High forbid.
What is that saying? Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Christ? Don't you know that your body does not belong to you? It belongs to Christ. Shall I then take the members of Christ and make them members of a harlot? What does that mean? Mm-hmm.
If I may, sir, for us, you know what I'm saying, Israelite man, woman, and child, that we're not, you know what I'm saying, this is we fall in the rank of, you know what I'm saying, the head of the man, the head of the man is Yahushua, the head of Yahushua is the Most High.
A little too much.
The head of the woman is
a little bit too much. Zachary, you have, I'm gonna tell you this too, because you have a lot of wisdom. You want to condense it, right? You want to condense it into a ball, but if someone was to ask you this on the corner, you hit them with it fast. See what I'm saying? So you want to break it up into parts. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Christ, right? Bodies are the members of Christ, meaning the men in the truth are members of Christ, right? We are a bunch of different brothers who make up one large body, right? But we are called a body because what? We move together. When you take a step with your left foot, what also moves? Your right foot moves right after that. And the left side of your body and the right side of your body. That's why we are all thousands of different men who are one body. What I do, the body does. What the body does, Zakawar does. What Zakawar does, Kawan does. What Kawan does, Yakazak does. You understand? We are one body. We move efficiently like that. Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Christ? We're all one body unto Christ. You understand? Shall I then take the members of Christ and make them the members of an harlot? Meaning, we are one body. Why? The body, why are me and you one body?
Because of we serve the Most High.
We believe the exact same thing. We both serve the Most High. We believe the exact same thing. We both would never eat pork, shrimp, crab, or lobster. We both would never love our oppressors. We both would never turn our back on our people for $1. And most importantly, we would never leave the men who raised us, correct?
Okay.
That makes us one body. You understand? We are one body. We are one West I.S.U.P.K, one body. Now, what would make you one body with a harlot? If me and you walking together, talking together, camp together, class together, lectures, debates, and cookouts, and Passovers, and feast days together makes us one, what makes you one with a harlot? Which is a whore. What makes you one with a whore? Come on.
dealing with a whore.
Which means? Sleeping with a whore.
Sleep with her. Gotcha.
When you join a woman, you've slept with her. You understand? Sleeping with a woman makes you a part of her. Now, what makes her a part of you? Make them the members of a harlot? God forbid. The way me and you are one body, y'all should never, no one should ever be that way with an harlot. You cannot be with a whore and be a righteous man of God. You can, but you are putting extreme stress on yourself. Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you be with a whore and try to be with God? Does it make sense? It makes no sense. Why? She does not care about anything you care about. So why would you be with a whore and then try to be with God? It makes zero sense. That's why the end of this verse says what, Zachariah?
Shall I then take
No, the end of this verse says what?
Most High forbid.
God forbid. May the power forbid it. How could you possibly drink, eat, and laugh with the brothers in the I.S.U.P.K as a brother and then join yourself to a slut? How could you? It makes no sense. Drop that. I mean, Proverbs 31:3. Scratch that. Give me Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 7:26. They may not have that because you don't have that either. Just remind me, I'm gonna bring all the book material I was going to a long time ago. I'll bring it over. Ecclesiasticus 7:26. There's a Bible at the Ashley Apocrypha too. It actually looks like this. 1611 KJV Bible. Type that in. You download it. You can find it. They have iPhones, right? Yeah, so they should be able to find it. You can find it. Zachariah, whenever you're ready. Is your phone on mute, Zachariah? One second. I don't know what to do. Zachariah, whenever you're ready.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 26. Hast thou a wife after thy mind? Forsake her not, but give not thyself over to a like woman.
Hast thou a wife after thy mind? What is after thy mind? So like 1 second, the Bible.
So like I said, if I could, after thy mind, meaning the same spirit, like we all following the law, statute, and commandment, and obey the laws of the Most High.
That is correct. That is correct. Now be even more specific. What you want her to do, she'll do. After your mind. Let me say something that's a blanket statement so everyone understands. Following the laws, statutes, and commandments in Israel is the bare minimum. Right now, it seems it is such a great task to go to the Passover, to not eat pork, you understand? To learn how to control your tongue. These things are like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. This is, do you see these? They're superheroes, and you are superheroes. However, in our kingdom, if this was our kingdom, that would be the bare minimum. Every man and woman would be expected to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. It wouldn't be looked at as an option like it is in America. You walk up and down the street in North Irvington, Stonebridge, Hillside, Short Hills, you are probably the only person in a 10-mile radius with fringes on. 20-mile radius, 50-mile radius with fringes on. Am I lying? I'm not lying.
It's a lot to try if I could. Whenever I wear my fringes around here, they laugh at me like I'm some type of crazy man.
They call us Power Rangers.
they laugh at me like, what are you wearing? I'm like, you just don't know.
You just don't know. You don't know. And here's the thing. When you wear them enough and you wear them often enough, now they want to do it. I've seen it. They're going to look at you like, how do you think the fashion of today called? Enough of us wore it to where the rest of us said, I would like to buy that. I would like to wear that. Why do you think everyone buys Jordans? Because Jordan is the only person that drops sneakers? He's not the only person that drops sneakers. Why does everyone like Jordans? Jordan dropped one Jordan, he dropped two, he dropped three, and everybody said, wait, these are pretty hot. People that could afford them at the time bought them. And then everybody else said, what? I like those. I would like to wear those. Those look nice. Those look nice. So with your fringes, the same thing will happen. You walk around wearing fringes, you walk around with your headpiece on, you walk around with a headband on, the exact same thing will happen. the people will begin to want their culture back. That's how you convert the people. That's how you do that. However, when you have a woman after your mind, she does whatever you want, whenever you want, to not get off topic. You understand? Does whatever you want, whenever you want. She's after your mind. You understand? That is a foreign concept. It has seemed like you have to marry a hoe. In America, you have to marry. If you don't marry, there's an artist that I like who said a very dumb line. He said, if you're from the hood and your baby mama is not a hoe, then you're not real. You're not a real N. If she's not a whore, that means you ain't real. Because you ain't slip up the same way the rest of these dummies slipped up. And in the moment, in the world, it was like, oh yeah, you're real. Yeah, you're real because you slept with the same whore everyone else slept with. But you're the dummy that got her pregnant and now you're stuck with her. And that makes you real in the world. Let me tell you what makes you righteous. What makes you righteous is to look at women and say, she's light. She's light too. She's all right, but she's light. And then you find a heavy woman. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. And you find a heavy woman. And you go, oh, this is what I've done in America. This is what you don't see in America. You come into the I.S.U.P.K, you see heavy women. You don't see whores. You don't see sluts. You don't see women who are up in your face all day, and then they're up in the next person's face all day. And then the minute you question her, she's like, what do you expect? I'm a whore. That's what I do. She's looking at you like that's a part of her characteristics and her nature, and you should learn to accept the fact that she's a whore. And because you're so soft and weak in the world, what do you do? Yes, baby. You can be my whore. It's disgusting. Read on. You found that?
Verse 27.
I'm trying to find it. Yeah. Get up. Get up.
Verse 27. After that honor thy father with thy whole heart, and forget not the sorrows of thy mother.
Just type in for them when you do it. Just type in 1611 KJV. Read that for me one more time.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 27. Honor thy father with thy whole heart, and forget not the sorrows of thy mother.
One second. You understand? I'm gonna read that, the rest of that, so I can go over. Forsake her not, but give not thyself over to a light woman. You understand? Not over to a light woman, brother. Don't give yourself over to an American woman. Don't do it. And you damn sure should never give yourself over to a white woman, to an Asian woman, to an African woman. Why shouldn't you do these things? They're beyond light, brother. That is beyond light. In Israel, you have heavy women, you have women who are okay, you have light women. Then you have the heathens who are all the way off to the right that you should just never deal with, off the principle that they're heathens. You understand? Drop that. Read 1 Corinthians 14 and 34. What's up?
If I could, I don't want to go off the topic right now.
Come.
But what you were speaking about previously earlier, that control your tongue. And I have this sister.
Good.
I have this sister after slavery. I believe I spoke to you about her already. After everything that went between us, at this moment, it's been months now. I stopped talking to her because I see that it's not in my best interest to speak to her. Am I wrong for not doing it? For doing that?
Speaking to her intimately, or just speaking to her period?
Speaking to her period.
Okay, if I'm assuming she's being loudmouth. I'm assuming
She's being loudmouth, and she's doing her best, just like to get me. You understand what I'm saying?
right
With the slave master.
to get you in trouble.
Come.
She's doing her best to get you in trouble.
Come.
What do I need? Zakawa, I need better to house with a dragon than with a wicked woman in the Apocrypha. I know you know what I'm talking about. It is perfectly fine that you don't want to speak to her. You understand? It's perfectly fine. Let me tell you what brothers do in the world. Brothers in the world will say, she just needs someone to give her some good penis. That's what she needs. Some good rod, it'll fix her, because then she'll just, she'll mellow out. No, it's not true. It's not. You want to know why she's acting like that? 8 other men in the past month have already given her that. That's why she's acting like that. The 8 different demons that are running around inside of her, the 8 different men's DNA that is swirling inside her body is acting a fool in there, and it is causing her to act a nut, which is why you should not deal with her. The Lord knows what she does when she's not at the slave. If she's running her mouth when she should just be there to make money, imagine what she's doing when she has the freedom to run her mouth. Her mouth is probably open for all kinds of reasons. Zucker, will you have what I need?
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 25, verse 6. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman.
Where were you at again?
Ecclesiastes 25 to 16. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman.
I would rather dwell with a lion and a dragon. Meaning what? I would rather wake up knowing that when I walk in the hallway, the next room has a lion in there, a hungry, feasting lion who needs to eat. And then the room down the hall has a large dragon who breathes fire, is scaly, and you cannot pierce the skin. I would rather live with those 2 beasts than to live with a woman who would love to put you on child support. Brother, do you know how powerful that is? You would rather live with 2 beasts that you have to constantly wake up to and defend yourself from than to live with a woman who would dare run her mouth all day, who would dare air your business in the street, who would dare put you on child support, who would threaten to take your kids from you. That type of woman is worse than living with a dragon. At least you know with a lion, with a dragon, if necessary, you can go to war with it and kill it. With a woman, you can't do that, can you? That's called domestic abuse, isn't it? That's abuse. That's murder and abuse. You can't do that. At least with the lion and the dragon, you have a chance. You understand? You have a chance. You can section yourself off. You can't do that with a woman. You understand? It's perfectly fine to never talk to her. Brother, it's perfectly. I suggest it. Brothers in the world think that the more women you talk to, the more, what's the word I'm looking for? More manly you are, right? The more manly, the more masculine you are, right? Hate to break it to them, but all of those women are whores. You understand? Brothers in the world can't handle 1, let alone 7, let alone 4. They like to convince themselves they can. Everyone can handle sex. Who can handle responsibility? You understand? And then you're not even talking about sex with this woman. She's just a loud-mouthed, belligerent bitch. Don't talk to her. Pretend like she's not there. She's not a manager over you, is she? Then you have no business to talk to her. Unless you're put on the same project, do the same thing, to co-work with her. Other than that, there's no reason for you to talk to her. All right, drop that.
Just like you said.
Come.
In reference to the Ecclesiastes 7 and 26, on the end where it talks about, but give not thyself over to a light woman. I'm aware that this is a parable. Now, some parables confirmation with what is being spoken of. I'm confused with this one when it talks about to a light woman.
Right. I'll give you the perfect example. I'll give you a perfect example. If I choose to build a house, okay, let me tell you this. What is a brick? A brick is what? Is a brick light or heavy?
Brick is heavy, sir.
A brick is heavy. Now, if I choose to build a house out of straw, is straw light or heavy?
Light, sir.
Right. Now, when wind comes to blow, this sounds like the three figs, doesn't it? When wind comes to blow, what happens? Your brick house stays still, doesn't it? But what happens to your straw house?
It blows away.
It blows away. So now imagine a woman. You've raised this woman correctly. You've taught her correctly. You told her you do this in this situation. You don't do this in this situation. You do that in this situation. You don't do that in this situation. No, you will not run your mouth. No, you will not have male friends. You won't do this. You won't do that. You won't do that. You're not doing this because it's not in your best interest, etc., etc., etc. You raise her correctly, right? She becomes a heavy woman. When storm comes, when the oppressor comes to try to break your house up like he's known to do, what will she do? Stand 10 toes. She'll stand 10 toes. You understand? She's not one of the whores that you see on TV and that everyone says is just so lovely and it makes people want to be married. When your favorite celebrity gets married, it's just so beautiful, not knowing that she's a slut. Your favorite female celebrity, your favorite actress is a slut. You understand? And everyone coons over them, and everyone goes, "Oh my goodness, what's a popular female celebrity? Beyonce."
Okay.
Women all over the globe love Beyonce. They love her. They just love her so much. She's a whore. She's a whore. You give her the right chance, she will be sleeping with someone else. Give me another one. Rihanna. Someone already gave her the chance, and she's sleeping with an Arab billionaire. A whore. But you let social media tell it, you let TMZ tell it, you let the news tell it, you let the women in the streets tell it. She's Rihanna that makes good music and has a clothing line. And she's goals. She's what you should aspire to be. Right? She's a light woman. She's a woman that when push came to shove, she abandoned her race to go sleep with an Arab because he had $1 billion. And what's disgusting about it is she said, I'm just looking for someone to spend my money with because I have money. To make it seem like what? She doesn't want a man for his money. She wants a man for his companionship. And all the simps went, hi, I'm here. And then what does she do? Slept with an Arab billionaire. Want to know why? When push came to shove, that's not what she truly wanted. She was looking for the excuse to step outside of her race and sleep with someone else. She's a light woman. A woman that will not hold your business inside her mouth instead of spewing it out is a light woman. A woman you cannot trust to leave the house without you watching her is a light woman. You understand? A woman you constantly have to check over ridiculous, stupid stuff, and all women you constantly have to check over ridiculous, stupid stuff. You'll always have to do that. The difference is there's a woman who you're checking, and then there's a woman that you have to check. Every day, all the time, it's annoying. You don't even want to be around her no more. Now you're going to get your second and third wife because she never listens. There's that woman. There's the very, very light woman. So you have the one that when push comes to shove, she'll be 10 toes down. And then you have the one that if oppression comes, if hard times come, if an argument comes, she'll blow out the window. You understand? That's a light woman. I advise everyone just get a I.S.U.P.K woman who is heavy. They're heavy, like they're extremely heavy. Or go make your own heavy woman, whatever you choose. But just make sure she's heavy. You understand? Drop that. Go ahead and give me Old Faithful. Give me Isaiah 4:1. friend, give me Leviticus 26 and 26. Leviticus
The book
26.
of Leviticus chapter 26, verse 26. All I can have.
God.
And when I have broken the staff of your bread, then women shall bake your bread in one oven, and they shall deliver you your bread again by weight, and ye shall eat and not be satisfied.
And ye shall eat and not be satisfied. Let me just go back to the top. Now that you've heard it, right? Let's break this down line by line. And you're going to understand the evils of a woman. Read it again, Zakawu.
Book of Leviticus chapter 26, verse 26. And when I have broken the staff of your bread.
Stop. Who was the Bible written by? Who was it written by, to, for? Come. Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. Did we just now start speaking Ebonics and slang? Is that recent, or have we always done that?
Always.
We've always done that. So when it says he's broken the staff of your bread, what does that mean? What do we call bread? What is bread to us? Money. When he has broken the staff of your bread, what does a staff do for you? A staff keeps you stable, right? A staff keeps you upright, leaning, you're upright. When he has broken the staff of your bread, meaning you can no longer lean on that supply of money. You can't lean on that money no more. Imagine a staff being a job, right? A regular job, whatever type of job you got, that's a staff. That's the staff of your bread. You lean on it, it makes you money. You understand? Come.
It's our main, it's like in other words, so like when I messed up your money.
Right. Like the Lord is saying, when I mess up your money. Like this is what I'm saying. When y'all read this like a black person and you start reading this like a white person, the whole Bible is different. You understand? The entire Bible is like, why have I never picked this book up before? It no longer seems like a chore to pick the Bible up and go. When you read the Bible, 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 10, we are the servants of Jesus Christ, the blood of Jesus, blah, 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 blah. Okay, continue. It doesn't seem like a chore. You understand? Nobody has to force you to do it. When you read it like, and when I have broken the staff of your bread, the Lord is going to stop my money. When you start reading it like, hold on, the Lord going to stop my money. Now you're going to want to know why. Why would the Lord stop your money? Now every verse in the Bible isn't about love. It ain't about love this, love that. Blood of Jesus this, Jesus did that. Did you know Jesus? That's not the Bible. So that is not the Bible. When you read this and it says, I have broken the staff of your bread, and you were able to translate it like Zakawu has from years of studying, you're going to take my money. Every black person knows what that means. That raises a flag in all of our heads. You're going to take my money. Read on.
10 women shall bake your bread in one oven.
Read it again.
10 women shall bake your bread in one oven.
We know what the bread is now, right? That's money. 10 women are going to bake that bread in one oven. Who remembers this breakdown?
Sir.
The Bible.
10 women break your bread, bake your bread in
1 second.
In one oven, meaning that they gonna take you to the court system and take your money, whether it's child support and everything, and they just gonna get together and have a
and have a ball. Let me tell you something, brother. You think those your 4 baby mamas hate you, don't you? You think they just hate you? Like, there's one thing they will come together for, to hurt you.
Kind.
They'll come together to hurt you.
Kind. Israelite woman, they like
that is a worldly woman will come together. Let me tell you something. You're with one of them, right? You're still sleeping with another one of them on the low. Then the other two, you just got a couple kids by. You got kids by all of them. Now you're thinking, oh, they all hate each other because I'm sleeping with her, but then I'm with her. I used to sleep with her. I got kids with her. Now you in your head thinking you're a player, and they all hate each other, right? When time comes, what they all gonna do? That 4-way call and say, I think it's time we get paid. And they will take you to court for whether it's alimony, whether it's child support, whatever they can do to cut your check, they'll do it. And if you're getting illegal money or you're getting money off the books and you think, oh, they can't do that to me, I'm getting money off the books, they're doing it to you too. When you go to sleep, why do you think you wake up short? Why do you think you're waking up a little bit short out the drawer?
If I could, sir, let's say now you on child support, but you don't have a job, you still get locked up. Now you spending time.
Now you eat any way they can hurt you. Any way a woman can hurt you, she'll do it. But these women, they're gonna take you to court. They're gonna bake that bread. They're gonna be like, oh, look at this. See, when I was with him, he was at McDonald's, but now he's a CDL truck driver. Oh, the checks went from $500 a week to $2.5K a week, $2,500 a week. I'm so proud of him. He's ambitious. He's a man. He wants to take care of his children. 1 second. And she's going to get on the phone with the other 3, and she's going to say, do you know he's making $2,500 a week now? Yeah, he refused to buy my baby these Jordans, even though you just bought him like 7 pair. Yeah, she refused to buy my baby these Jordans. Oh yeah, you too? No way. You too? You know what? I think we should go down to the courthouse and let him handle his business. And handle his business. You can just leave him. Brother, I've seen women put him on child support and he still stays in the house. I've seen it. Put him on child support and he's so weak, he refuses to leave. He refuses to at least separate from it and still be on child support, acting like he's not on child support. It's disgusting. What a woman will do to a man is disgusting, brother. And this is the difference between a light woman and a heavy woman. If you put a man on child support for any reason in UPK, we want nothing to do with you. Period. Nothing. Child support is evil. I've never met a man who did not want to willingly take care of his child. All right, well, there's some out there. There's some of them out there. But in here, there's no men like that. So if you were caught like that in here as a woman, we will wash our hands with you and pretend like you never walked through the door. We'll just pretend like you never walked through the door. It just never happened. You was never here. Who? What was her name? No. Huh? Oh, yeah. No, don't move actually. That's what it would be like. You understand? Read on. Yeah.
Like this very heavy to me. You know what I'm saying? As a light woman and a heavy woman, the Lord had blessed me with my late wife that was a heavy woman. And at that time, I was not even in the truth yet. But the government was trying to put me on child support because she was trying to get some stuff from the government. So they're trying to put me on child support. And she went down there and told them no. It was like, well, we're going to have to cut everything off. She's like, go ahead, do what you got to do. And it was like, what do you want us to do with the back child support? You want us to collect it and give it to you? She was like, no. She's like, take everything off.
Because that is a heavy woman. You're still a shining example of what women strive to be every day in the UPK. You understand? That is something that is extremely righteous. It is beyond what any other woman would do. That is the exception above exceptions. She was extremely exceptional. And all women need to strive to be like that. All women should look at their man and say, I love him so much, and I'm just trying to go and get some of this stuff from the government for the kids. Because in the UPK, we advocate use the government. Drain them dry. Drain the government dry, because the government owes you billions. The government owes Israelites so much that they can never repay it. In order to repay it, America must fall. That's how the government gives us back. Not only do they have to get off of all of their riches, America needs to fall. That will be the retribution. So bleed them dry. Bleed them dry. However, if you try to bleed them dry and they say, okay, put your husband on child support, we got you. A woman, a heavy woman will say, I don't need you that much. No, I don't need you at all. And you'll figure out another way. You have brothers and sisters and fathers and mothers and uncles and inside the UPK, and we'll figure out another way. You understand? But she is still the shining example of a sister strive to be in school. All right? Read on. I don't believe you can done it. Good.
Can these women, can they be also organizations?
Say that again?
Meaning, can these 10 women, is it literally women, or can it also mean like organizations?
No, this is women. This is the bedrock I.S.U.P.K child support scripture. We call it this. This child support. This is 10 women looking at your check and saying, wow, I'm so happy you got a good job, because watch this. And she's going to try to rape your check. She's going to try to rape your check. It's just the truth. All right. This is the bedrock. Put this in your precinct book, write it down, remember it. This is child support. They all go to the government and they tell the government how you're such a deadbeat. You do nothing for your child, etc., etc., etc. All he does is sleep on a couch, drink a 40, and play 2K all damn day in his drawers. And puts you on child support. Instead of thinking, wow, he's oppressed, I'm oppressed. How about we come together and try to make this work? She doesn't think like that. A woman in the world, a white woman, would never think like that. Read on.
And they shall deliver you your bread again by witness.
They shall. Not only do they take your bread, they're gonna take your 2,500. You got about 4 kids. Take your 2,500. Now, after they take their large chunk, they give you a little bit back. You ever seen one of those checks? Have you, brother? I don't believe you ever seen one of those checks. When you know your check used to look like 2,500 every week. You expect 2,500. And then out of the blue, you get papers in the mail talking about some child support. Talking about child support. See, it's funny, don't it? Until that check come back and say $300. And now you sitting there like, you can't afford rent, utilities. Now you renting a home. You done went from a lovely condo that you was renting a home. Now you're renting a home. Damn shame. It's a lot. Read on.
And ye shall eat and not be satisfied.
Yeah, that $300 won't be able to, you can't live off of $300 a week. $300 a week is $1,200 a month. You can't live off of that. You can't live off of that. $300 every week, $1,200 a month. You can't live off of that. It won't be enough for you. That's what it means. You shall eat and not be satisfied. You understand, brother? We're going to continue this next week as well. As you know, the class is usually 90 minutes. Lord willing, in the future, we'll be able to extend the time. But for now, that 90-minute classes, do we have any last questions or comments?
Like I have a comment.
Come.
Just like you said about they take so much money and the court system don't even care. They will literally tell you, get a second job.
The courts will tell you to get a second job. And then what will they do with that check from the second job?
They will check that one too.
The more money you make, they assume. Let me tell you something. I don't feel bad for celebrities because they don't get back enough. There are some celebrities who do some things for the ghettos and the burials. That's cool. Mostly celebrities don't do anything. Celebrities get to witness firsthand how money does not make you happy. You know why? All that money, get a lovely slut to sleep with, have disgusting kids with her. She decides, it's Wednesday, I don't want to be with you no more. And you're like, excuse me? She's like, it's Wednesday. I think I'm going to leave now. You're like, no. And then she takes you to court. And then all of a sudden, you're paying alimony and child support. And you thought you was a multi-millionaire balling the Hollywood parties, the Belvedere parties, just putting on the Belvedere and going in, doing this, Armani suits and tuxes and fly. You thought you was living. Until they start hitting you with $60,000 a week child support and alimony. And now you realize as much as you make is as much as our oppressor will take from you. Money can't save you in this society. Only the Lord can save you, the law, statutes, and commandments. With that being said, there's no more questions or comments. In of Israel, I might jump with Mr. Sam. Israel, one courtesy salute. In of Israel, I might jump Shabbat. Majim, Rock.
Yahweh, Shem, Yahweh, Shabbat, Shabbat.
Yajim Tal, tell me sisters that may be online. Yajim Tal, me put your hands at ease. Majim Shabbat. And Majim, I don't believe y'all know this one. Yahweh Shema. Yajim Tal. All right, dismissed. All right,
Come.